So a couple of days ago I posted an Instagram story saying that type beats are not dead, and I was just explaining a couple things that I came to the realization about type beats. In response to that, I got a lot of responses and questions, and I was answering a lot of questions, and then I was like, you know what, let me make a video explaining a bunch of things that I've came to the realization recently from starting a new channel and looking at the algorithms and just my own analytics. Yeah, that's this basically. Alright, let's get right into it. So before I start explaining all the things that I think are most important, I'm gonna just state a couple things that have held me back in the past because of the way I used to think. Okay, so number one that has held me back in the past is subscribers don't really matter. Like, sure, building a following will be beneficial and increase your views, but that doesn't mean that you can't get thousands of views without subscribers. So back in the day, I started my ProdbyBotz channel, uploading every day, and it was really a grind. You know, I uploaded every single day, and my first 100 subscribers maybe took me like several months to gain. So I always had that in my head, like, of starting a new channel. I always thought about the struggle, and I was like, that's definitely not worth it. I'm never gonna do that again. And then later I changed my channel to a loop channel, and I was like, well, I still want to upload beats. And then it took me like a year and a half to finally start uploading beats again, which was like about 2 months ago. And I've just seen a lot of things also with new channels that you can get a lot of views without having subscribers. Like, there's things you can do, there's algorithms that will boost your videos, especially recently. I don't know if it's changed for YouTube, but videos are getting boosted and blown up without having a lot of subscribers. Don't get me wrong, subscribers in the long run will get you a rich following with people that keep coming back, and the big channels that get 100,000 plays per video, they have a lot of subscribers. But that doesn't mean that you can't get a lot of views without having subscribers. That's what I'm trying to say. So when you have a channel and you're like, oh, it's not doing so good, or like, oh, but I don't want to start a new channel, this, that, like, get rid of that thought, because it's really not that difficult to start a new channel, and it's much quicker than you think. Alright, so I'm just going to analyze a couple of channels, my old channel, my new channel, and then a couple other channels where I've just been seeing the same approach work without having a lot of subscribers. Okay, so first off, my old channel, or the channel right now, which is a loop channel, or maybe turning into a more of a content/loop channel. As you can see, I used to upload just whatever type of beats. This was a very good time, you know, I was just making beats every day, had a good time, but I was literally uploading whatever, all kinds of beats, so completely non-related to each other, no specific niche. And as you can see, like, the views were not great, you know, but I was having a good time, didn't really think much of it. But getting my first 100 subscribers definitely took me like several months, which was a grind. It was really a grind, and I was very happy when I did. But that also caused me to have this limiting belief that, okay, if I were to start a new channel, I would have to grind all these months again, uploading every day just to gain like a subscriber every day or something like that, which is really not the case. So now let's look at my new channel. As you can see, past 2 beats have not been doing too great, but still, for being 2 months in, like, I'm still happy with a couple hundred views. Like, that's still very good to me. And as you can see, so started 2 months ago. As you can see, very specific niche, East G, and then sometimes I add another name. And then you can see, okay, my first 1K beat at the time was the East G x Lil Durk. And then I tried the same thing again, and it didn't get as many views, which I'll get into that as well. In a second, we're going to look at the analytics, and I'm going to explain everything, why I think this is. And honestly, it's pretty obvious. If you look at the analytics, it all makes sense why certain videos blow up. People are like, oh, it's all random, but it really makes a lot of sense. If I analyze my videos and I look at the analytics, I can see exactly why videos did well. And let me tell you, okay, I'll tell you right now, it's about the watch time, how long people watch the video, and maybe the likes. I honestly don't think the likes are that important. I think the watch time is the most important. And if somebody watches the videos for a long time, then automatically the likes will go up as well. But we'll still look at that. Then I have a couple other channels here. So Anthony Palmer, I don't know if you guys know him. He also makes loops. So started 7 months ago. This is really when he started, like 7 months ago, and been consistent with this specific kind of niche. So he's varying a bit more, but East G, a lot of East G, like kind of dark trap beats, you know, sticking to this. And after 7 months, he's got 2.69 subscribers, 2.69 thousand subscribers. And as you can see, per video, you know, he's ranging like 5 to 15,000. Like, he's getting a lot of views, you know. This is very successful. If you look at the popular uploads, he's got a couple of them that really went big as well. Then he's got Anthony Palmer 2, which again, 4 months ago, you know, look at the views, consistent, you know, sticking to the same kind of niche. So this is like a R&B kind of Drake, Tory Lanez, you know, so sticking to the same kind of stuff, which is a point that I want to make. So you'll see in these trends that these channels that are doing this nowadays are really sticking to the same type of beat per channel. So here as well, Kodak Black, yeah, as you can see, only uploading Kodak Black type beats, and started 1 month ago and now has 1,000 subscribers. Because here you see obviously this one 80,000, that definitely gave him a lot of subscribers. And yeah, same thing for me here, uploaded the same kind of East G, and then here one video really took off, which has boosted my channel a lot as well. And the thing is, when you upload one certain niche, like one video that blows up will automatically blow up the rest as well, because they're all very related. So if you have only East G type beats and one of your East G type beats blows up like crazy, all the people that are coming there from this video have all these other videos that will most likely be recommended to them. Even if they're not recommended, they most likely will check out your channel and find a lot of beats that suit them, you know. If you have, like my old channel, beats that are all over the place, if I had, you know, if I had this drill beat here that did pretty well, got sold, and people are like, oh yeah man, I fuck with this drill beat, then let me see what else he got, and it's a bunch of like different shit that most likely they probably wouldn't go on. Like, not saying that artists aren't versatile, but if you think about it, usually your artist will pick similar type beats. Yeah, Aztec is beats as well, same example, like 3 months ago, and now has 2,000 subscribers and also with the same amount of views kind of. Then now a drill one, started 7 months ago, so a bit longer, but also sticking to the same niche. Yeah, so this again, Tech Shawty, started 6 months ago, only focusing on Lil Baby type beats, and also getting a lot of views. Like if you look at the views here, obviously not every video blows up, but you can see he's getting much more views than subscribers, than the amount of subscribers he has. So yeah. Okay, so I guess that brings me to my first like main point. If you're gonna start a new type beat channel, focus on one niche. You know, if you want to upload several niches, make sure you do it on different channels, because this way, number one, when people fuck with your beat, they have a bunch of other similar beats that they can go to. Number two, all the subscribers you get will always be there for the same type of beat. So if I have a bunch of dark trap beats, then every subscriber that I get will always expect dark trap beats, and it's just like a better cycle of subscribers. You know, back in the day I had maybe a couple subscribers from a Drake beat, then a couple subscribers from a Lil Baby beat, and then when I would upload a new beat, I don't know if all of my subscribers were fucking with the beat, but this way you really know that everybody's here for this kind of beat. So that's the step number one, or the point number one. Be consistent in your niche. Okay, so now that you know you have to upload a specific niche, what's actually the most important for your beats? It's the watch time and the likes, at least in my opinion, from what I can see from my analytics. Even I would say the watch time, more than anything, it's the watch time. Like, let me tell you this, the watch time is really what will decide how well your video does in the algorithm. And if you think about it, it makes sense. Like, YouTube wants you to watch the videos. YouTube wants you to be on their platform and to sit there and watch videos and watch long enough so an ad can come. This is what they want. So how are they gonna like evaluate videos? They're gonna look, okay, how much is a video being played? So if somebody goes on your video and clicks away, YouTube sees, okay, well, this video is not it, you know. But if somebody sits through your whole video, they're gonna start recommending that video more and more. So this is like my first point, which I said on my Instagram story. If you're commenting on other producers' videos for them to comment back on yours, all you're doing is you're getting them to click on your beat, literally type a comment, maybe 5 seconds, press enter, give them another 2 seconds, and then they're off to the next beat. They're gonna comment on the next one, and you're left with a algorithm or a statistic for YouTube of somebody clicking on your video and immediately leaving the video. So that's gonna do fuck all for your video. It's gonna be really terrible for your watch time, which is why all these producers, I've been there myself, I've done it myself, but all these producers that are commenting on each other's videos, like, all you're doing, even if you're getting a like all you're doing is ruining your watch time, which means your video is never gonna take off like the way some of these videos do. I realized this with this new channel. I was honestly too lazy to comment on other producers. I thought, okay, well, if I really want this channel to do well, I have to get engagement from other producers and comment on other producers' video. And then I was honestly kind of too lazy. I was just uploading, and then all of a sudden they were taking off for no reason, with no producers commenting, because I was actually getting artists to watch my video. And if you think about artists watching their video, what do artists do? Okay, they first listen to the beat. Then if they like the beat, they start freestyling. And at that point, they're already watching the video much longer than any producer would. And if they like the beat, then they're even gonna write to it, meaning they're gonna go back, they're gonna re-listen to over and over. And ultimately, this is gonna boost your watch time like crazy, like no other producer would if they would listen to it. And on top of all that, you want to get your beat to other artists. You don't want producers. A producer is not going to buy your beat. You want potential customers, which are artists. So the whole idea of commenting on other producers to get a comment back and some engagement or a like, it doesn't work. It really doesn't work. Alright, so to properly explain and show you, I'm going to just analyze a couple of my beats and show you how the watch time really impacts how well the video is done. Okay, so first of all, let's just simply look at my best performing beat, okay? East G type beat x Lil Durk Chances. It has 74,000 views, which is crazy. Like after 2 months having a video that has 74,000 views, to me is very, very crazy. And if I look at the watch time, yeah, it fucking makes sense. Look at this watch time. 2 minutes. That's the average. The average listener has listened 2 minutes of this beat. Like, that's crazy to me. And if you look at it, it's like if you look at the trend, it's much above the usual watch time. So clearly that already shows to me, okay, watch time, boom. If you have a good watch time, your video will be boosted in the algorithm. Alright, so now if, for example, a beat that's not doing so well, my most recent one is not really doing so well in the algorithm. So if we look at the analytics of that one, we can see, okay, the watch time is not very good. Like right off the bat, people are not really vibing. It's a slow intro. There's a couple reasons why people might not stick around, and I'll get to those in a second as well. I'm going to talk about how you can boost your watch time and exactly what you should pay attention to. But for now, let's just do some more analytics. Okay, so my next example is the East G right here. These two beats, East G type beat x Lil Durk For Life and East G type beat x Lil Durk Burner. So the Burner one was my first K that I got, and motivated by this name, I was hella gassed. I was like, yo, we got a K. Let me try the same title and everything just like a couple days after, and look at the difference in performance. So if we look at the analytics, so yeah, as you can see, the watch time here is almost 50%, which is very good. That literally means the average viewer watched 50% of the video. Obviously it's more like some people watch all of it, some people watch like 30%, but that's very good, and that's going to boost your video, you know. And then let's look at the other one with the exact same title. Boom, much below that. And you could say that, oh yeah, one beat was harder than the other, which in my opinion kind of true, but there's other factors that play a role, which I will talk about, like things that affect your watch time, which I'll talk about after this. But if you want to have a quick listen, this loop, by the way, is from Anthony Palmer. Don't be afraid to use loops. I make loops myself. Yeah, I still use loops. So a good intro like gives you a good vibe, you know, it gives you intro to the song. Like at this point an artist might already be rapping, you know, and then the beat drops. I'll talk about all these specific points still in a second. Let's listen to this one real quick. So also I think it's a hard beat, but there's a couple things that I've already noticed now that I want to talk about still after this. But let's look at a couple more analytics. Okay, quick change of fucking top because it's hot as hell in here. But I hope I've made my point clear with the watch time. It's really the watch time that's going to affect how well your video does. Arguably, if you have a lot of watch time, your likes will increase as well. So I think there's a correlation with likes as well. But pointless likes, such as liking your own video with multiple accounts, I've been there, done that, doesn't work. Getting likes from producers that immediately click away also doesn't do anything for your video. So ultimately, having watch time from artists, because artists will sit through the whole beat because they're actually rapping, they're enjoying it. They're not just there to drop a quick comment, you know. So artists that freestyle on your beats will most likely drop a like at the end if they like it, because they want to save it, maybe for a recording session, maybe they want to write something to it later, maybe they're still finding beats right now but they like this one, so they're going to come back to it. So that's where the likes come from, you know. And ultimately that comes from watch time, because if they're watching it for a longer amount of time, that means they're enjoying it, means they're probably freestyling, means they're doing something with it, you know. So now that I've said that and I've showed you the analytics, let's get into how you can make, or how you can increase your watch time. So what you can actually do to increase your watch time. So to explain it, I'm going to look at these two beats because they serve a perfect example. Okay, so the first one, East G x Lil Durk. The second one, East G x Lil Durk. Both have the exact same name, yet one has 2,000 views, the other one barely has 300. So 200, yeah. Anyway, if we look at the beat that's performing well, there's a couple points that I will list right here, and then I'll show you on the beat. Alright, so my first point is give the artist what they're looking for, meaning that if your title is a Drake type beat, give them a Drake type beat. If you have an East G type beat, give them an East G type beat. Just because a title is trending doesn't mean you can just slap it on your beat and expect it to do well. If you have, let's say I have some type of beat, for example, this is what I tried here, okay? I had this beat which did very well, you know, East G type beat x Lil Durk, Burner, which if you listen to it, it sounds like an East G and Lil Durk type beat. Like I could hear Lil Durk on this, I could hear East G on this as well. You know, the strings, the piano. Like bouncy drums, not too much. Like this is what I would expect from this type of beat. And now in this video, I was like, oh, this title did very well. Let me just slap it onto the next beat that I make. And you know, I just don't think it fits that title that well, which is why I think yeah, giving the artist exactly what they expect will definitely boost your watch time. You can hear it instantly in the beginning. A lot of people left already because it's probably not what they were looking for. And finding exactly the type of beat that does well with your title is also kind of a skill, and you have to play around with it, you know. I soon figured this out, like with the East G x Lil Durk. I realized that, okay, with this title, this type of beat is going to do well. So after I was able to get this 2K beat right here, shortly after, like a couple beats after, I made this one, which again, it has the piano, it has the strings, it has a build up. You know, hard but simple drums, bouncy 808, not too much. And again, it also did well. So then I started to find this pattern, like, okay, this is the type of beat that fits with this title well, because that's, I think, very important. Sometimes people miss, they think, oh, this is a trending title, let me just slap this title onto my beat. That's not gonna work. You also have to see what works with this type of title. So what exactly does it mean, East G type beat x Lil Durk? And the best is just to try it out and try out the title and see what combination works, and then see what you did in that beat. Another way of doing this is going on YouTube and just doing some research, like find a beat that's doing well and then look at the title and the beat combination. So look at the title, it might be a Lil Durk type beat, I'll actually give an example in a second, and then listen to what the beat actually sounds like what kind of elements does it have. You know, there's certain type of beats that go with certain titles because, yeah, certain artists have certain styles. So if you then look at the next one, here I used the same one again, did even better than the last. Again, you have strings, you have like this kind of dark vibe. Again, a build up as well, not dropping right into the beat the way I did in the other one. And I'm not saying that it doesn't work, but just for this style, maybe it doesn't. Again, bouncy 808, simple drums, like hard snare, you know. They all like have a similar style, you know. Same then with my biggest beat so far. Again, strings, vocal, you know. intro as well. Like, I'm not rushing right into the beat. So you see, like, I realized, okay, for this type of title, these type of beats. Sorry. Okay, so I realized for this type of title, these type of beats did well. So that's kind of what I try to push, you know, find these trends and then follow these trends and keep making those type of beats, you know. The next point is the melody. I think the melody is one of the most important aspects of the beat because before the drums even drop, you have the potential to draw in the artist already. They can already rap before the drums drop, because if your melody is like evokes emotion and draws in the artist, they will already come up with lyrics and be invested into the beat before the drums even drop. So make sure you have good melodies. Don't be afraid to use loops. If you want good loops, link in the description for my loop kits. And yeah, and don't be afraid to use loops. Everybody uses loops. Even I use loops as a loop maker myself. I also use loops. Number one, it's fun, it's quick, it's easy. Sometimes I have the best ideas when I hear the melody for the first time. So use loops, make your own, play around with it, but make sure your melody is good. If your melody is mid and you want to make up for it with the drums, then don't do that. Have a good melody. That's really important. The third one is space for the artist. So you want to invite the artist to rap and sing on your beat, and the less you add to the beat, the more inviting it is for the artist. If I have a simple chord progression, even just starting with the melody, pure simplicity, then the artist has all this creative freedom to do whatever they want. But the moment I start adding all these elements like melodies, different drum components, adding rhythm, like, you're constricting what the artist can do because it has to match what you've already made. If you only make simplistic stuff, which the best stuff is simplistic, every sound should have its own purpose. This is a side note, but if you make simplistic stuff, you give the artist space and they can express themselves much better if you give them space. Both like verbally, but also with their own rhythm and stuff like that. Alright, so to conclude my main points. Number one, don't be afraid to start a new channel. Don't think that your couple hundred subscribers somewhere, even 1,000 subscribers, even 2,000 subscribers somewhere, make much of a difference to a new starting channel. The new channels, they outgrow and they go much harder than these old channels, because I don't know what it is, but old channels sometimes, I don't know if it's the algorithm or something, but I have producer friends that have old channels and that try to get consistent again, but somehow the algorithm just won't bless them. But these new channels that are consistent with a specific niche, that's the way to go. So to conclude, number one, don't be afraid to start a new channel. When you do start a new channel, make sure to stick to one niche. If you want to upload multiple niches, make multiple channels. The most important aspect is watch time. So listen to the things I said earlier about watch time and make sure you integrate those, because you can literally see how well a video is going to do based on the watch time. Just go in your analytics, look at why a video did well, look at the title, look at the type of beat for the title, analyze other beats, go on YouTube and look at the video and see why this video did well. Like, what kind of beat is it, what kind of title does it have, and make those same combinations. I'm not saying copy another beat, I'm saying look for trends in beats, you know. If I go online and look for Lil Durk type beats and I analyze what kind of beat it is, you know, like are Lil Durk type beats more up type beat, are they more slower, do the piano type beats perform better? Look at all these things. This is information that you can use to make your own beats. Yo, fucker. Alright, so as you can see, I kind of got distracted there. Didn't really finish the end of the video, but what I still wanted to say was as well, the reason I didn't really talk about tags is because I don't really think they matter that much. I've seen many videos without any tags blow up and do good. One thing you should keep in mind is when choosing what type of beat you make, obviously there's a supply and demand rule that the more people are looking for it, the better it will be to make videos for that. Also, the more people are making it, the more competition you will have. But generally speaking, a lot of these big names you can still get a good algorithm for, because at the end of the day, everybody's still looking for I don't know, a Drake type beat, you know, whatever. Like, so, but there is a lot of competition, but just keep that in mind. Obviously, if you find that artist that currently is blowing up and people are starting to look for, but there's not that much competition, that is the ideal scenario, of course. And yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of style of video. If you did, like, let me know. Drop a like. If you're still watching now, that's probably the best thing you could have done for me, is watch all the way through. And yeah, I hope you liked it, and yeah.